Aloha, and welcome to the Hawaii HFMA Podcast, E Komo Mai, your to-go place for connection, inspiration, insight into our Hawaii healthcare financial community. I'm your host, Peter.
And I'm your co-host, Tammy. E Komo Mai. Come inside for an exciting podcast. Today we'll be highlighting the chairs of our chapter committees. Can't wait for all of you to hear all the things that these amazing humans can do.
Aloha, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to talk story with me and Tammy today. We are going to start off by introducing all of you. Tell us what you do in your day and your jobs. We would also like to hear how long you've been with the Healthcare Financial Committee and how long you've been in healthcare finance in general. First, let's start with Francelle, our Network Revenue Cycle Seminar Chair.
Hi, everyone. I'm Francelle Vizzini. I'm the Director of Fiscal Services at Shriners Children's Hawaii. I've been a member for 2 years, been on the board for like a year now. Everything is just very excited. I'm here to help out our kids at the Pacific. And I've been doing healthcare finance for over 10 years now. Excited to be here.
Wow, thank you, Francelle. We're excited that you're here too. Next, we have Kevin Enriquez. Kevin is our Communications Chair.
Hi, I'm Kevin Enriquez. I work at the Queens Health Systems. I'm a senior internal auditor there. And I've been working at Queens for about 10 years now.
How long have you been with HFMA?
Oh, so I've been with HFMA also for 10 years, and I've been on the board since 2019, so about 7 years.
Wow.
A long time. Well, thanks, Kevin. Coming up next is our programs chair, Angela.
Thank you, Peter. Aloha, my name is Angela Calderon Mizawodo. I currently work at Kaiser Permanente as a health information specialist. I've been in healthcare for about 3 years now, and I've been a HFMA member for 2 years. So excited to be here.
You're one of the young ones. Thank you for being here, Angela. Now let's turn to Albert Diag, who holds multiple titles in our chapter. He's the DCMS Nominations and the Member Engagement Chair.
Thanks, Tammy. My name's Albert Diag. I work with Hawaii Pacific Health. I am the director of the hospital revenue cycle there. Been with the company for 32 years. On the HFMA board for just 1 year, but been a HFMA member on and off for several years now.
Thanks, Albert, for joining us today. Now introducing our sponsorship chair, Rennie.
Hi, I'm Rennie. I currently work at HMSA as a consultant in financial planning and analysis. I started my career in health finance in 2019, and that's also when I joined HFMA. I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Rennie. I truly appreciate all of you taking time to come and in your busy lives for doing this podcast with us. Really appreciate it.
So if we can spend some time to learn more about your HFMA adventure, if I can ask, what made you guys join and what made you decide to be part of the board? And also, what do you feel like your greatest benefit is by being with the HFMA in your most memorable event? Let's start with Angela.
Okay, so
Yep,
I
you're fine.
joined HFMA because others, I guess, saw potential in how I could contribute. Although revenue cycle finance isn't my main area of work, being part of the board and overall HFMA community has pushed me out of my comfort zone and pursue new opportunities. I guess the greatest benefit since joining HFMA is my personal and professional growth, along with the relationships I've built with you all. And I think my most memorable experience so far is attending Leadership Summit in Nashville because I celebrated my 30th birthday over there, and it was fun.
It was fun. But Angela, you're in the HIM department, right? That is part of healthcare finance, even though it's related to clinical a lot, it's still part of healthcare finance.
Yeah.
Let's hear from Kevin.
Yeah, so in my internal auditor role, we work closely with our rev cycle for a lot of things. So joining healthcare financial management made a lot of sense to, learn more about the rev cycle for healthcare because it's so unique. And I decided to join the board because I kept attending the networking function. So I got to know more and more of the board members. And one day they were able to persuade me to come out because they were looking for someone to help with social media. I think what they mainly told me was like, oh, you might get to go to Disney World with the board one day. And that actually did come true. I think
Yes.
that's my most memorable event that I attended so far was going to Florida for the leadership training conference. It was right after COVID, but yeah, I think at the conference, I got a couple of board members to join me on a swan boat where you like paddle the boat. So I think that's one of my most memorable memories with some of the HFMA board. But there's many because there's been so many years.
I want to do a Disney trip
Awesome.
one day, throwing that out there. Florida. I haven't been to Florida yet, so that would be fun. How about you, Francel?
So for me, the reason why I wanted to join is because Shriners was never really being part of HFMA. And so I wanted to have that Shriners brand to actually being part of it and then represent in any of the events that we have. And I thought it was very important to have that representation. So I and Rose, my revenue cycle manager, to come together to go and see it. The reason why I wanted to join the board so badly after I actually joined was you guys. That's basically what it is. It's just kind of like the energy that you guys give out, the friendship that you guys pull out. And so for me, it was just kind of like a given. I needed to be part of the team. I wanted to be part of the team so badly that I actually kind of grabbed Brenda after the revenue cycle seminar. The first one I attended, I was like, listen, I don't know what it takes to go in, but just talk to Tammy because she's the next president. And you need to tell her that she has a spot to go and call me on it. And lucky she did call me and there was a spot open and the whole networking, all that actually did it. And then this year I was also the revenue cycle, that was the chair for the revenue cycle seminar, the past one that it is, and that was one of the memorable ones because not only I was new as being a board member, I was also new at trying, like I was only been a year to be part of HFMA, and I thought that there was something that was unbelievable to actually live in and being a board member representing your team. I thought that was awesome to be that. So that, and one of the benefits is the networking. We're sharing so much together and trying to share our best practices or going through all the challenges that we went through because Hawaii is a small state. And I think it's really important for us to be able to talk to one another. And this is the opportunity to do so.
That is so awesome, Francel. Thank you. Next, we have somebody that I have been trying for years to come on the board, Albert.
Hello. One of the reasons that I wanted to be part of HFMA was really to make connections with my peers at different hospitals and kind of bounce ideas. We got a lot going on at HPH, and as Tammy knows, we'll reach out to each other from time to time. Hey, what's going on? Do you have a policy for write-offs or this, that, and the other thing? And it's good to have others in the same field and share those ideas. Why am I on the board? Well, Tammy kind of covered that. Got a phone call, kind of out of the blue. I had a conversation. I did know a couple of people on the board before I did agree to do this, and you guys are a great group. I do enjoy being around you guys. And so far, my most memorable moment with you guys, it has been that Vegas excursion. Not just for the things outside of work that we did, but just experience the conference itself and how big it was. I had not seen that before, not to that scale anyway.
Yeah, and I won you $100, Albert. So
yes, you did, Peter. Yes, you did.
Still waiting for my cut, but that's okay. Now let's move on to Rennie.
For me, I'm actually like a really introverted person, so networking doesn't come easily to me at first. And so I decided to push myself and I reached out to our chapter to see how I can help at events. And then they mentioned sponsorship. And it ended up being a great experience because I got to meet people in healthcare finance in a more natural way. And I don't have one standout event. It's just attending these events with our board members because they're really fun to be around and they help me get out of my shell.
Yeah. We so appreciate you. Thank you. And when you do get out of your shell, you're so amazing. So thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your HFMA adventures with us. I have one more HFMA question to add. So what advice would you give to a brand new member? And some of you are brand new and some of you have been there for a while. So Albert, what advice would you give?
Don't be shy. Get out and talk to people. I met a lot of people in Vegas, and I'm not one to just go out there and, have a great old time. But at the conference, I just started talking to people and made some connections and have reached out and got some additional assistance where I needed it.
Awesome. Francel, what about you? Yeah.
As a new member, no, I'm just kidding. Actually, it's been 2 years already, so I can't count anymore. I would say be involved. It's like even the small one, you don't have to go to all of the events, you don't have to go to all the networking, but at least once. See who we are, see what kind of connection you can make, and then go out. Like, we're having fun on this, and sometimes it's good to have people that have the same industry to understand where you're coming from. And yet we do have introverts that do come to some of our events and come out of their shells and ended up to be finding themselves closer to us than anyone in their own team. So be involved, come and have fun with us.
That's awesome. What about you, Angela?
I would say just jump in and start connecting. You'll never know what amazing opportunities are waiting for you, especially at our fun networking events. So.
What about you, Kevin?
I would just suggest attending the networking events. And I think if you're afraid to attend by yourself, like bring a friend. It doesn't have to be a friend that's in healthcare financial management. I always bring a friend that's not from healthcare financial management. And that's how I first started coming. I even brought more than one friend sometimes because we have the non-member option to bring them. And it's easy to come when you have more than one person attending with you, and then you can always meet new people, and then you can eventually maybe attend by yourself because you already have friends there. So I think that might make it easier to break in, like coming to an event that's something new to you.
Awesome. That is awesome. Rennie?
Similar to everyone else, I just say to get involved early, go to the events, talk to people, and take advantage of all the learning opportunities, because HFMA is really the only place I know that brings together people from all different parts of healthcare finance, and those connections really add up over time.
Thank you.
I would agree. The connections is a big piece. And to add on to Rennie, like, take advantage of the training out there. I spent a lot of money to go to a vocational school, and I think everything can get covered with the certified revenue cycle representative course. And, I think if I would have known that, I could have done healthcare a lot cheaper. But yeah, definitely take advantage of the educational opportunities and the certification you can do with being a member. All right. So if we can now have more of fun questions. If you guys would like to share a hobby you like to do outside of work, something you like to do that maybe de-stress. Rennie, would you like to start off with that?
Sure. Lately, to de-stress, I've just been a potato. And just watching.
Love it.
Maybe watching like Korean dramas, like just funny Korean dramas, but that's all. No hobbies.
That's the best. Awesome. Albert, what about you?
I enjoy coaching baseball. My kids really enjoy that, and watching the kids grow up and seeing them in the community.
That is awesome.
How about you, Angela?
Okay, so for me, I do gaming. I play on, like the PC or like my PS5. I just think it's a great way to relax, or have fun with your online besties. So if you guys want to play with me, let me know. Other than staring at a screen, I've been into collecting things like Labubus, Funko Pops, anything retro. Yeah.
That is awesome. What about you, Kevin?
Yeah, for me, I like to usually run before work, and then after work, I usually like to do yoga or go climbing. Usually go climbing though. So yeah,
Wow.
usually something active.
Are you still riding your bike to work, Kevin? I heard you were doing
Yeah, I'm
that too.
still riding my bike to work, and yeah, I'm still training for different races. So yeah, there's some races coming up.
Fun.
Awesome.
And how about you, friends, though?
So I'm French, so I like food. I like to eat. As long as it's good food, just give it to me. I just love it. I love food. I think it's important. All kinds of food. It doesn't have to be French just because I am. I think I like because through food you can know different culture. So I think food is important. So I'm a foodie.
Awesome. You guys all are amazing, and we have such a broad spectrum of things that we all do. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to do a quick lightning round of questions, okay? So, Kevin, would you rather visit Europe or Asia?
I think Europe.
Rennie, would you like romantic comedies or spooky movies?
Rom-coms.
And Angela, shopping for shoes or handbags?
I think right now it's handbags.
Oh, Albert, football or basketball? There's no baseball on there.
Yeah, that's okay. Football.
Football. And Francel, sunrise or sunset?
Sunset. I don't like to wake up too early.
Oh, well, thanks, guys, for answering all those questions. We got one last question for you. If you could describe yourself in one word, what would that be and why? Let's start with Angela.
I think I would describe myself as maybe witty. I like to bring humor into conversations, but also I get serious when it's time to be serious.
How about you,
What
Kevin?
about you, Kevin?
I guess adventurous, because I like to explore new places, do things that maybe take me out of my comfort zone a little bit.
All right. And Francel, what about you?
When I saw the question, I kind of hesitated between two. So then I'm like, okay, which one would it be?
Yeah, sure, both.
So then thank you for telling me that I can do both words. I'd say the first one is passionate because I think a life without passion is really boring. And I always wanted to know more about things and be very passionate about it. That means that you're very more present. And the other one that I have is curious because I love to learn a lot of things and I'm very curious about learning about everything and anything. So I'm not nosy. That's different from being nosy and curious. I just wanted to point that one out. But curious and passionate. I think those are the two words that I actually like to me.
Albert, your turn.
Ambitious. I set a lot of targets for myself, usually short goals, and I do my best to beat those goals. So that's probably the one word that describes me the best.
And last and not least, Rennie.
I'd say easygoing. Even when work or life gets stressful, I try to stay grounded and calm and just go with the flow.
Well, thank you, committee chairs, for having fun and answering all those questions. It was great to know more about you guys.
Yes, big mahalo to all of you. You guys work very hard on our committees. You're the behind the scenes people. And I don't think our members know how much passion actually you guys all give. So thank you for all that you do. You're a big part of our success in our chapter. We appreciate you.
To our listeners, mahalo for tuning in. Be sure to check out our website. Just Google Hawaii HFMA to find us. Follow us on social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of that for upcoming events and opportunities to connect.
And we have our HFMA Hawaii Annual Conference coming up Sunday through Tuesday, April 19th to the 21st at Prince Waikiki. It's going to be a great event, so register early, take advantage of the early bird rates. And until next time, remember, E Komo Mai, let's stand together.
This episode of Hawaii HFMA E Komo Mai Podcast is brought to you by Elevate Patient Financial Solutions. Elevate PFS and the Revenue Cycle Company, they offer solutions for eligibility and enrollment services, self-pay early out, complex claims and exhausted benefit options, and more.
To learn about Elevate PFS, please visit their website at elevatepfs.com. Thank you, Elevate PFS, for supporting our Hawaii HFMA chapter and this podcast.